Shit, we don't want to get popped. We don't want to get popped, man. We better shut that down.
Kind of groovy. It's kind of like get with your lady music.
84 Metallica usually has that vibe, you know?
It's not a lot of Metallica fuck music. It's really not.
And this one's about killing yourself.
Yeah. That's okay. Because really, being
Either
around
that or
some
passing
ladies,
out after a
being
great
around some
hand
women,
jibber.
you know, kind of a...
Right. Sweet death. Set me free. Need that end.
Christ almighty. Not that we condone, offing yourself unless that's what you think is probably the best course of action for you.
Because you have the best judgment.
Yeah.
So if you think it's a good idea, we're behind you 100%.
If you're listening to a couple of assholes on a podcast telling you whether you should or shouldn't fucking go ahead and end it all, you've got bigger issues.
Yeah.
You've got bigger issues.
I'd talk to a parent first.
Or a guardian.
Or a guardian. Probably a guardian.
Blind guardian. No, talk to blind guardian.
Yeah. No, don't talk to those Germans. Because you'll get beautiful music, but you won't get good life advice.
God, they've got an orchestral fucking release, I guess.
I was pretty pumped when I read that. Like, I didn't read it totally, though, because I thought it was a new Blind Guardian album. That it always has an orchestra in it, and just we were going to get a real one this time.
Right.
I don't think that's what it is.
I think it's an instrumental orchestral fucking thing of covering Blind Guardian tunes.
It's not covering Blind Guardian. It's a concept album based on a book, it's a German name book, Die Dunkel something or other. I'm gonna pull that up real quick, actually.
Yeah, the one time we don't have a German.
Yeah, I know. I was like, not a lot going on music except that Blind Guardian thing. While not stoked about it, let's see, Guardian Orchestra. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a new thing, like a new album, because it's been a while since
Blind Guardian hadn't cranked anything new in a while.
Since 2014, I think. It's been a while.
I mean, it's not as egregious as some bands we can name. Looking at you, Maynard.
Looking at you, Hansi. We're not counting 4 seasons in this house.
Oy.
I still haven't listened to that. Die Dunklen Lan, Lande. Landy? I don't know how that is in German. By Marcus Heitz. Looks like it's a weird swashbuckling adventure.
Very good.
Written by a very strange-looking man.
Works very well for the Sean Connery types.
Yeah. Sadly, that was probably my worst Sean Connery ever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's not what we're selling
Thanks for that positive reinforcement.
It's not the fucking Sean Connery fucking podcast. So
needs to be. God damn it needs to be.
Anyway, it's Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. Thanks for all the people that are like kind of constantly picking us up.
Yeah. This house, though, is very empty this round. It's been like we've always had, for about a solid month there, people here.
I would actually go back to the beginning of the year. There's been like one podcast where there was just me and
you.
Generally, Ruben is here. Not.
He usually shows up afterwards.
Yeah, well, yeah, but even so, I don't think he's showing up tonight. He hosted a garage show.
Yeah, I hope that went. It sounded like it went well. I asked him last night about it.
A rock band,
a pop punk band,
pop punk, and all the Clovis rappers.
Yes,
so, yeah.
The LJ was there.
Oh, did he make it?
Yeah, did he? I didn't. I saw on the flyer it said Lowdown.
Yeah, but I think Ruben had posted something saying that he thought that was like in question because of the fact they had to move the show up. Because those dudes found another show to do in Clovis.
Yeah, why not do 2 while you're there?
Greenbacks,
Well, I think they were doing like $3 donations, but I don't know how a lot of people that are wanting to give out donations in Clovis these days.
Well, but I think that was it. I think LJ was actually. There was something that kind of got thrown in the works. Maybe he made it, maybe he didn't, but I don't know. I looked at a couple of the photos that Ruben had posted, and I didn't see him in any of them. So,
yeah, wow.
It's not that he's not supportive of the scene. It's just
that's a huge adjustment.
You got a fucking job, and then somebody suddenly changes the show by a couple hours.
And LJ would do the gig and still probably work that night.
Yeah.
So that's a big change for a guy that still wants to make that 9 to 5 wage.
Right.
Which when you're a musician, you got to do it. That we all have that 9 to 5 job that keeps us alive and still able to pursue that dream.
Yeah.
LJ just seems to be doing it 24 hours a day.
Yeah, well, he's got more energy than like most people I know. So
certainly the two at this table. I don't got that kind of fucking. I mean,
what are you gonna do today? Well, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna get some laundry started and take a nap.
Yeah, because that's what else am I gonna do while I'm waiting for that to get done? I'm not gonna do something else. I'm going to bed.
I'm gonna wake up and go right back to sleep.
Man, it's been not a bad week.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Right along to the how's your week?
Yeah, you know, it hadn't been that. It's been kind of a moderately positive week, I would say. There's a great reckoning. I've spoken of the reckoning that I thought was going to happen.
Oh, with your day job, yes.
And it's come, but it's come a little harder.
Like all over the place.
Yeah, it's a proper gusher. Oh man, I can't believe I just were able to parlay that into my hospitality job.
Yeah. The one job in America where like black lights are a common thing. You're like, well, let's take a look at this room.
We got one. That's one that I took that gnarly picture of. That's a semen seeker. That's what it makes gingers look great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reaping, it's like the hotel needs to begin anew, because one person will be leaving mid-month, about a week before we start drug testing.
Odd how the timing of that comes up.
Odd timing. But one of our long timers is bailing as well. That's been there. She's been there longer than everybody except me and the boss. So she's like third tier, like a Lieutenant Commander Data.
She's your Jamie Lannister.
Damn, I wouldn't say Lannister's third tier. She's like my Reek. No, that's
oh
like
my god, that's
tier.
like bottom tier.
That's bottom tier.
Can you tell we're getting a little excited for Game of Thrones here in a couple of months? So, a month and a half.
Yeah, right. So yeah, we'll be people are bailing, which kind of sucks. But
Greyjoy.
Greyjoy. Everyone's bailing on the ship, man.
You said bailing Greyjoy.
And it's good you've made because people are leaving us in our time of need.
Yeah.
And they're just telling us fuck off, which is fine. We will live. The wheel continues to turn.
Yeah. God, Game of Thrones, though, I mean, which clearly we'll talk a fucking bunch about that in the next month or so, but there are like people all over the place proud that they haven't watched a single episode. Like, really? And they have to get on social media to brag about it.
Like, let them know, hey, never watched it yet. Cool, man.
I'm like, all right, cool.
You know, avoid enjoyment of life.
I
by all means.
Absolutely make sure that you don't have like anything depressing happen to you on a Sunday evening. So
yeah, no shit. I mean, I had an opportunity to pick up an extra day at work, and I was like, no, there's too much cool shit about to happen on a Sunday.
On Sundays, yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
It's like, come back to me in the summer, and maybe I'll pick it up.
Yeah, but then the NFL season starts right after that.
I don't give a fuck, man.
Really?
Even when I had Sunday off, I didn't really enjoy it a lot. You know, it's just my heart ain't in even in fantasy football anymore.
In the old footy.
Yeah, I mean, fuck that shit. But we going back to the Game of Thrones thing, that's why I played that video last night. I thought it was going to be like a little like proper teaser for the Game of Thrones thing, because they do teasers. They don't show you in-house shit that you'll see. It's always something they filmed, you know, outside of an episode, so they don't give anything away. And then all of a sudden I fucking hear Sheriff Seth Bullock, apparently now U.S. Marshal Seth Bullock, talking to Al Swearingen.
Oh, you're able to gather that from that tiny, like, 5-second clip?
I went back and watched it like a dozen times, dude.
You're a fucking nutcase.
And I got all hot. I had to go outside.
Go outside and rub one out.
I was like, this must have been what it felt like to be a woman in the 60s and the Beatles were coming to town, right? That had to be. I had a hot flash. Well, I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones. I'm a bigger fan of Deadwood.
Yeah, well, I guess they'll get finally they'll close it all out at some point.
Yeah, well, they're getting the movie. This is it. We're finally getting the end to everything, because apparently it's going to take place when the territory now is a state. Like, they've hit statehood.
Okay, so they will acknowledge the fact some time has passed.
Oh yeah, they said it takes place about 13 years later.
Because there are some fools. Oh well, it's been 13 years. Oh look at that.
Yeah. Well, you look at Seth Bullock. That guy looks like 13 years has passed. Like legit. And Ian McShane, that dude really doesn't age. Just gets better.
Yeah. Well, the dude who plays the sheriff, he's like in another series. It's like I think on Netflix.
Oh, the one with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, where she's like a zombie or something.
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah. The Santa Clara Diet.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Santa Clara
Diet. Yeah.
I watched a couple episodes. It was fun.
Yeah.
I think Timothy Oliphant is she steals that fucking show.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was that funny.
Yeah, he's got some hilarity to his shit. But so they're like what, 2 episodes or 2 seasons in on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see Deadwood actually be able to be brought back in as an HBO show, but
Like
it's
a
not
run.
going to happen.
No. But at least we're getting like the closure.
Yeah.
Did Serenity give Firefly fans closure? I can't believe I said that in one round.
And it really it got a lot of them pissed off because they killed off some fucking main people. But,
Right.
But that's what has to happen.
That's what you do when you make a movie out of a series that got cut short.
Yeah, and it felt weird. The fucking doctor, who I was never a huge fan of anyway, seemed like a complete dick in the movie, and I don't know. Serenity was okay. Closure, I guess. Closure would have been to actually give another fucking season and allow that storyline to
And
kind
they
of
could
make
have
a full
done
arc.
that, right?
They could have, yeah. But Fox kind of turned it. Fox set themselves up to fail completely on Firefly.
Yeah. Well, shit, they canceled Family Guy. And then that went to Adult Swim, got another following, and then they fucking came and, well, they didn't come crawl. Well, they came crawling back to get Family Guy back.
Yeah. Well, because that's this whole thing. They launched it on Sunday nights. Like, well, so any show that's going to follow the NFL, if that game runs longer than they think it's going to, which is 3 hours, then guess what? Some things are going to get bumped, and join things already in progress
They'll
or
bump
whatever.
News.
I mean, that's the whole thing. They were a victim of the fucking fact that Fox put them on a Sunday night, and they didn't give two shits about the fact that it was an expensive show to do.
Sure.
If we're being honest. But, well. Hey, tonight's podcast brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the legendary Irish whiskey, triple distilled, the Tullamore Distillery.
Tullamore.
Established back in 1828. Became more to a man of legendary status, Daniel E. Williams. He perfected a whiskey of exceptional quality, character, and smoothness that was good enough to bear its initials, D-E-W, Tullamore Dew.
Very nice. Well done.
On to other things.
I think I'm giving you a run for your money on reading that shit, though. I did pretty good the last time.
Yeah, right. I didn't know whether I was going to shit myself or, little shart.
That's right.
Reading.
Little poot. God damn it.
Yeah, all right. So the reckoning is coming on your job, or the reckoning is here?
I think it's here because people have already put in their leaving. So we're gonna have
It's all because a piss test is announced.
No, the person that's been there the longest, I think, she has another job. She's interning over an accounting firm and makes like over $10 an hour.
Oh,
so she's really just here on sufferance helping us out.
So everybody would assume, and everybody being me, would assume that like hotel people make a lot of money because you have to fucking like kind of actually not dress up.
You'd
but
be
I mean,
horribly mistaken.
You can't look like a bum, and you actually have like shit to do, and you got to be nice to people. Like, God, probably not bad. The hospitality business pays a little money.
Yeah, I mean, really, we are waitresses that don't get tips, nor do we get like nice bumps in pay. I've been there almost 4 years, and this next go round, I will finally crack double digits out there. So it's a grind.
Yeah.
It's a serious grind.
It's got to be a slap in the face, though, if they raise the fucking minimum wage and like it surpasses where you're at right now.
Yeah, right now it doesn't matter.
What is it all worth?
Yeah, it's like, well, shit. That just means, hey, maybe I'll be worth more elsewhere.
Speaking of tips, had an interesting conversation with Krista, the bartender, not to be confused with Krista, the member of the Mead Hall. Talking about what do you think is a reasonable amount to tip if you're at a bar? I have a different take. I mean, restaurants, man, I'm full in like 20%, but at bars, I'm tipping way over that.
I think it all. Well, now in the days of putting shit on cards, I don't know. It's weird because like I always thought if you were buying a beer and it was $4, pay with a $5, keeping the $5. So that's a 25%.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair at the volume you go get beers.
See, and I know I'm kind of a generous lover or a tipper.
I would have never pegged you as a generous lover. Very selfish. Very selfish
slide
and dry.
That one right through. No, I mean, when I go out, I have three. I have 3 beverages, and I tip $1 per beverage. And I really don't even take into account what the cost of said beverages are. I just throw $1 for every drink I've had. So if I have 3, then I'm tipping $3. If I have 4,
I think that's fair.
I
mean, that's It's basically the buffet way to tip. $1 a plate.
Now, in some cases, you might have a motherfucker, I don't know, drink like $30-$40 worth of booze, and they drop $2.
Well, that's what you call a cunt.
That's right.
I mean, tipping at a bar, tipping your bartender, it's a very gray area, I think. Because the more drunk you get, you're either going to tip way more or you're not going to do shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not doing shit right off the bat, then you're an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, I can think back to when, I was drinking on base because I had to because, I was under 21. And
could you do that?
Camp Pendleton? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't tip shit. I would like, fuck that. I make like $700 a month. You can kiss my ass. I'm not tipping
Yeah,
shit.
when drinking is something that, one, you love, and two, you rarely get to do because of funds, it's tougher to tip.
Right. But the thing is, though, the older I get, the more it's like, well, if I can afford to drink out, well, goddamn it, I'm going to tip. If you can't afford to tip, buy some fucking Pabst and sit your ass in your hovel, And,
that's why I
drink some
much
beer.
prefer to just drink at home.
Yeah, I mean, which is an option.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking that option.
Yeah.
But if you're out and you're making somebody else have to work for you, well, fucking maybe throw a little something for the cause.
I'm also just super fucking introverted, too. So it's more my preference than going to, like, Goobers back in the day or even Doghouse now.
Yeah.
That shit just fucking gives me worms thinking about it.
Eesh. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck
Well,
outside drinking. VFW's cool though.
And I had thought, well, maybe I need to start going to the Doghouse. And then I got like a little bit of info on that, and that a couple friends of ours went last night, and basically it was a Hagen night. It was
Like the ice cream.
no. Well, see back. I want to point out. No, that's a fucking Vegas fucking slot machine. Goddamn thing.
Those motherfuckers.
No. How do I put this without being castigated? I don't think I can. So anyway,
That's not possible.
you go out with about 4 or 5, 6 other Marines, and you basically decide if it's going to be a Hagen night, and the fact that there's nobody there really that's up to snuff.
Oh, okay.
And
All right.
and then-
slumming. You're going slumming.
And then the jarhead that can bring in to work the next day the biggest pair of panties is the winner. Hagen.
Yeah,
That's what we
I
call
can see where
Hagen.
that would get you castigated today.
Nowadays, yeah. And the me as well movement or whatever the hell it is.
The me as well. The hey, what about me movement? It's
The hey, pay attention to what I got to say movement, because you guys are all assholes. And I'm just trying to I'm just trying to face my fears on social media.
Face my fears and my demons.
Enough of pissing off society. All right, what else do we have going on? Let's get into the Mead side of the business.
It's been one hell of a week since I wore a rubber.
Bare naked late. Oh my God. I might recommend more of that, and maybe less bare naked ladies.
It has been a hell of a week for the Mead side of Echoes of Ancients.
Busy.
Yeah.
We started that batch for the White Shadow Ranch, I think, late December. And we didn't do anything in January. And then we started a batch in February and a batch in March.
Gosh. Yeah. We've
They were back-to-back days, by the way.
Yeah. We planned that out just right, didn't we?
Yeah, we haven't pitched the yeast yet, so I would technically say that the batches haven't been started. We haven't said the prayers. We've not played the proper music, but we will shortly, and that's when we will put these batches together and get them going. One of them will be a jacked up Holly King.
Yeah, we decided to go Premier on this one.
Yeah, Premier Cuvée.
It's the same.
The yeast with a low mortality rate, so that means it can stick around and keep converting shit to booze to 18% at the top.
Fans of the booze content of Troublemaker, this is basically what it is.
Yeah.
With the Holly King flavor profile. Should be amazing.
It should be ready, I don't know, a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, probably.
That'd be perfect, because Holly King requires time.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
with the juniper berries and the mint, that requires some time to really get to know each other. As we've seen, as we cracked open a bottle like a year later.
We have one left.
Yeah, that's a goddamn
Which
artwork piece now.
I don't know when the proper venue is to open that. That thing
Sunday night.
That thing is I don't know. I don't want to say tomorrow's
It's gonna be
special,
like
but
15 degrees. You can pretend it's Christmas.
So we're going to do that. Starting another batch, which will probably be a batch 1, which is our vanilla batch. It is Mead. It's nothing else.
Been a very long time. 20 has it been 20?
Yeah,
16?
Yeah.
Damn.
Years.
Wow.
So to give people an idea of what the profile is on actual Mead that doesn't have a bunch
Just
of
a
bullshit
base,
at it.
Yeah, a base flavor of Mead without
Which,
all
by
the
the way,
shit.
and you can't, good luck trying to find that anywhere in this country. Because everybody that's selling Mead has bullshit added to it.
Absolutely. They can't help themselves.
Yeah. You know, I mean, and I get it. I mean, the joy is they're like, whoa, I want to add something here and make this a wonderful batch. Mead is great on its own, by the way.
Yeah. And we've learned that less is more.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Troublemaker is probably the most complicated we get now. Outside of the Scarborough Fair, that was pretty goddamn complicated too. But that was more an herbal. We had a purpose for that complicated.
Yeah, and that one didn't
profile.
work for a couple of years. Well, a year and a half, I think.
Yeah,
after.
that last bottle that we had here at the Meat Hall turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah.
It
Questionable
showed
at
promise.
first, but yeah.
Showed promise with time.
Yeah.
But
and rosemary and parsley.
So, you know, it might be something we revisit down the road with what we have a far bigger knowledge base on what we do. So anything we go back and do, we can do it better.
Yeah. So we'll so that's we actually have right now 12 and a half gallons underway right now, which is about what we did in 2018 altogether.
Yeah. Yeah, we were knocking it out of the park.
Well, we had a lot of inventory, so
yeah, we had to really thin it out a little bit, which we did.
Which I don't get that. Assholes are always like, yeah, well, let me know when your next batch is done. Cool, batch is done. They buy a bottle, and that's it. And it's like, you know, if you hit me back in about 3 months, I guarantee that bottle is going to be even better.
Yeah, and we don't ask for anything extra as far as donations go.
Yeah.
So it's just everything here gets better with time.
Right.
Can I have more liquor? Oh, there it is.
We need to figure out where one Josh Liquor is at and see if it's a state we can mail him a bottle.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be really cool. I always enjoy getting the like true opinion of what we do from somebody that's never experienced it.
Right.
Even if it's not a good one, you know.
No, I'm open to criticism.
Yeah, we're made of leather here.
Yeah.
So even if it's like, you know, this is what I didn't like about it, it's still knowledge.
Or latex, more made out of latex,
Made out of rubber.
with kind of rolls a little, you know.
Yeah, any criticism, we take criticism just as well as we take praise.
Right. Until you criticize me and it strikes a nerve, and then I will get the fuck online.
I will cry so hard.
I will turn into a Kardashian.
Ooh.
Which means, great big old ass from not doing anything.
I thought you were going to lob your dick off and become a woman.
No. Bruce Jenner never did that, right?
Oh, that's right.
He's still got man parts and says he still likes the ladies. Which, well, ladies, look out. Look out for Bruce.
Careful. He's on the prowl.
Head out to a bar and like, oh, my God, I met a great lesbian. Oh, my God, what the fuck is that?
Did you ever try out any of those, like, not your father's insert liquor here?
No. Well, the root beer one. I had one.
What'd you think?
It tastes like root beer, but go fuck yourself. I can drink beer and shots. That's what a man does.
Do you know? But if honestly, after I had that, that's one I've tried as well. I went and bought a bottle of Jaeger and some root beer that I love. Bought some. I had like a liter of Barks and some IBCs. And made that kind, and that's perfect because the Jaeger taste is gone. It becomes a really dangerous drink.
Yeah, no. Root beer hides the fucking negatives that are associated with Jaeger. Yeah.
Which I hate black licorice, but Jaeger I can just drink for days.
You fucking got the shot glasses to show for it.
Yeah, I know. They're beautiful. They make me feel good about my life.
But anyway, the Mead side, I think we're good. I'm probably going to be bottling the White Shadow Ranch batch in about 2 weeks.
WSR.
Yeah, and we probably, I forgot why, but there's probably actually a thing. Oh, it's because Don's getting ready to do another trip out to California, so we need to probably get that done before he goes. So, we ready to move on to the metal side?
Metal. I suppose we can do that.
Lay it on, my son. What you got?
We normally like talk about releases here. I'll talk about one, and it's the new In Flames album. If anybody listening to this is familiar with In Flames circa 2001, well, you can go back to Clayman, and that band is gone. Now, I understand natural progression in music. I'm a Metallica fan as well, so I've experienced it multiple times with them. I don't understand how In Flames got so far away from what brought them to the dance. They've released the album I, The Mask. I checked out of In Flames a long time ago, about 10 years ago. It might be great to garner new fans, but I don't think the old fans are really going to be behind this. I am only going to give it one hot, wet kiss out of 4 because it's depressing.
Kind of a low rating.
And I only say that because there's a lot better things coming down the pike, it seems. Mastodon lost their manager to cancer. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, because, wasn't that what kind of Emperor's Sand was about, right?
I thought that
or
was
at least
more
an
family
inspiration?
members because this guy passed away in September of 2018.
Yeah, but he was one of a part of like a whole bunch of people apparently that were like attached to that band, right?
Yeah.
That had, that's why they wanted to kind of make that a theme.
I'm going to pull up.
Which I have to say, if you don't know what Emperor Sand is about, it's a pretty good fucking record. But if you know what it's about and you listen to it, it's a pretty goddamn depressing record.
Yeah, this guy passed away last September from pancreatic cancer. Damn, that's a bad one.
Well, that one, usually you go from stage 1 to stage 4 and you're done real fast.
Yeah. There's not a lot of translation.
So I guess if you're going to get a cancer, that might be the better one.
You could certainly plan out what you need to get done, right?
Yeah.
But Mastodon, for Record Store Day, are releasing a vinyl. They're covering fucking Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. That could be really cool.
There's a joke in there.
No stairway denied.
No. Well, or that there were several. There were several jokes in there actually. Because the thing is because that Zeppelin apparently ripped off Stairway to Heaven. So you could say, oh, they're covering the song that Zeppelin ripped off. Okay.
It's but what they're doing, this is what makes it so cool. All the money they're making from the sale of the vinyl is getting donated to cancer research.
That's
and
cool.
the cover has Nick John on it in Mastodon's. It's a beautiful cover, but his face is like right there front and center,
Yeah.
But it's done in that art style. Looks really cool. It's coming out April. I might go down. What's the name of that goddamn record? Ralph's.
Ralph's over.
Might
Lubbock,
be headed down to Ralph's on Record Store Day.
Pretty good weekend to do it. That's my birthday weekend, so
that might be a hell of a thing to go to, especially on Record Store Day, dude.
Hit the O Bar and get stupid in Lubbock in the hub city.
Yeah,
I'm not talking like stupid like the residents there.
We can
like,
go find out where the Great Interrupter lives and pee on his porch.
The Great Interrupter.
Yeah, that's what I call him, the Great Interrupter.
Yeah.
You know where he lives. I'm going to go make pee-pee on his
Yeah, it's like, oh,
porch.
my God. Are you talking about the motherfucker I'm thinking of?
Yes, the Great Interrupter.
Yeah. Which, hey, so far tonight.
I know, but I mentioned him, so give it. Well, I'm actually looking at the time. Probably not.
He's like Voldemort. You mention him, you invoke his name. That's it.
Corn and Alice in Chains on tour. They're starting out in fucking Austin on a Thursday and Albuquerque on a Tuesday. God damn it.
Pass a little corn,
Yeah.
Take a look down at the toilet bowl. Like, wow, that's weird. I apparently had 3 kernels of corn today.
I fucking thought that concert was going to be on a Friday, man.
That I passed in my urine. No. You'd hit me up with it on Thursday, right? Yeah, yesterday morning.
Yeah. It's like, hey, man, because I have a credit card that got me in on the pre-sale.
Right.
They weren't even on sale to the public yet. And I could get us like Section 5 at the amphitheater in Albuquerque for $38.50
Fuck yeah.
per.
Right.
But apparently I was looking at the wrong fucking day.
Yeah.
Because thankfully I was going home. Because like I was going to go home and do it anyway because I have more security there for making payments and shit.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I'm not doing that shit at work.
Work computer. Fuck
No, I know what kind of security you have out there. But yeah, thanks for letting me know it went on a Friday.
Dude, yeah, no, I can pull some weird shit. If it's on a Sunday, cool, because I can take a Monday off because I've got a couple of free days still remaining in calendar year 2019. If it's on a Friday, I can swing that. If it's a Tuesday, I'm fucked. I'm hamstrung. Yeah. I can't do Tuesday. I can't do Thursday. Wednesdays are fucking obviously out of the question, but.
Yep, it just everything requires so much planning.
Yeah, and if it's landing in the middle part of the week, that's Tuesday through Thursday, that means I have to take a vacation week. And if you think I'm fucking taking a vacation for a concert and not spending that shit out in the great outdoors camping and shit, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You don't know me that well if you think I'm going to do that. So,
God damn you. God damn you to
That's
hell.
the way it is.
Well, yeah, and especially because, like, really, that September Austin concert experience was surreal. It was.
Well,
amazing.
that's the other thing too. Do I want to see Alice in Chains in concert again? Man, I'm fucking good. I'm good.
If that concert was on a Friday, we'd be going.
Yeah,
for $38. I mean, the argument can't be made not to. However, and we would have probably gone out early because we weren't staying for Korn.
Right.
I might stay for Blind because they always open with Blind, and then after that, I'm out of there.
But
dude, man, Riff Rubin listens to this. He's gonna be mad.
Yeah,
he's gonna be real mad.
Yeah, fucking throw some chingasos. The problem I have is the fact is that the greatest thing that I could really envision that Alice in Chains did was last September in Austin.
Yeah.
And all I would be doing is jeopardizing what's already in my mind as the greatest concert I've been to.
What if Starbenders was opening for him instead of Under Oath or whatever shitty bands they are bringing along? Because really, Alice in Chains, you know that song, One of These Things is Not Like the Others?
Right.
Alice in Chains is the one that sticks out of that lineup. I don't get it.
Oh, the Starbenders thing?
No. I'm talking about this current thing.
Oh,
I don't
Korn?
Yeah, the Korn.
Yeah, because
it's Korn, Alice in Chains, and 3 other bands that are more like Korn than they are Alice in Chains. There's no balance.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains is a weird addition.
Yeah.
I can't, I mean, I don't know. But I think it's cool they're coming to Albuquerque. I hope they come back maybe with Starbenders again at the Sunshine Theater because that's really what they need to play. They need to play fucking a small venue in Albuquerque.
I would, I'd be up for seeing them like in Las Cruces, like the Pan Am Center. I guess.
What if we get butt raped afterwards, man?
In Las Cruces?
Yeah, the night is dark and full of terrors.
It's not El Paso. It's close, but it's not.
I don't know. I saw some weird shit when I was there.
And Las Cruces?
Yeah.
People getting raped left and right.
I went to the Eagles when I was there.
The what?
The Eagles. You know that Eagles bar? It's like like the VFW.
Yeah, they're a fraternal organization, right? Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of weird, sad people at the Eagles in Las Cruces, man.
Well, the Eagles are like that's like mostly cops, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I just knew someone that was there, and I got to be their +1. And it was the most depressing experience I ever had.
Well, you were in Cruces. Why were you at a fucking fraternal club? I mean, I get it around small town Texas.
One of our pals was a part of it. That is currently
to blame.
Tibetan. Well, I think it's time. I'm liquored up.
I'm good with mead. I'm good with metal. Here's the thing, and we should have probably actually put a big fucking warning across the marquee when we stared.
We have the marquee.
Yeah, well, we have the ability to, right?
Or I have no idea.
A banner, I guess, maybe.
Maybe like a notification. But yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
We should have had a warning label on this podcast that this motherfucker is going to be a heavy MMA related deal because UFC 235 is coming up tomorrow. I am beyond happy. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm a John Jones fan. And if you're a John Jones fan and also a guy that really, really exalts in the displeasure of others. It's a good day when he's fighting, because we end up getting like people constantly like, what an asshole, what a terrible role model. Think of the children, which I always say, you're letting your children watch fucking UFC.
I never got that. There are no role models. There are no role models to be had in MMA.
I have a problem with it anyway. I'm a man that has no children, by the way, but I do.
That you know of?
That I know, yeah. I go down to Torreon in Mexico.
Nice!
Yeah. Or Hoboken, New Jersey.
You dirty slut.
No, but realistically, though, these fucking people come out of the woodworks every time John Jones is getting ready to fight. These fucking people, he's on the juice, he's on the juice, he's on the...
Well, John Jones right now is officially the most rigorously drug-tested athlete in sports.
There were three negative tests and 2 pulse tests. Here's the thing why you don't want to be on Turinabol is that
that shit hangs out with you for life.
Along with a lot of a big category of other steroids, gets into your spinal fluid, and therefore you're always going to test positive the rest of your life.
God damn.
So some people go, see, he's using that as a cover. Well, go fuck yourself, because it comes in parts per million.
So we've learned that about Turinabol then. Turinabol has a half-life for your entire life.
Jeff Nowitzki, when he was on Rogan's podcast, had talked about that. The fact that that's what that belief was. Well,
it's more cemented now.
The reality when you start doing some real research, I mean, I get it. USADA and people that work for USADA and with USADA don't want to comment on that. But there are the old...
Well, the more you comment on it, the more you give people opportunity to circumvent the system.
But that's the whole thing, is that the old school or weird... I would call them the weird steroids, steroids that fucking clearly USADA and WASADA and everybody else that's out there in the fucking world of Olympics and
WASADA,
the World Athletic,
WADA,
right? Yeah, WADA, yeah.
WASADA,
WASADA, you,
WASADA,
but clearly their testing regimes are very specific to modern steroids.
Sure.
Because if you're trying to run anything past them, like fucking anything, any kind of a steroid that's created pre-2000, you're going to get dinged every goddamn time.
I don't see any collusion here, man. I don't see no collusion.
What we're seeing is what they said would happen, and that's where you have surge numbers on the parts per million that come up basically whenever things get weird for his camp. When he's trying to cut weight, and when he begins cutting weight, and when he hits that hard weight cut, week of the fight. Those are the two.
You're making this shit sound way too smart.
Well,
we need to dumb it down.
I'm kind of dumb. I'm kind of, I'm not really that.
You're making me feel stupid. You're making everybody feel stupid. You need to shut it down.
But clearly John Jones is not on the gas.
No, man, this guy can do it without any help. Honestly, goddamn, we're past that. We got John Jones back. We should all be fucking celebrating right now.
And you could be like, will you see what he did to that woman in Albuquerque? You're like, yeah, he ran back and grabbed his dope and his money and said, sorry, lady, and ran off.
He apologized.
I think an apology is better than we get from fucking most people.
Yeah, shit. I didn't get an apology from a guy that stole my vehicle outside of a bar.
I didn't hear Khabib fucking apologize for that shit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not, fuck your PSAs. I'll be in Russia, bitches. Or Dagestan, where the fuck he's from. But God damn it, I'm just gonna hit you up with some news here, and then we're gonna get to the main event here.
Good.
Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier are fighting at 236 for a lightweight interim title.
What are your thoughts on El Kukui on that? He was offered the fight.
That dude got fucked, and the day he slept on that ice, he fucked himself in the ass. Well, he didn't do it. Life fucked him in the ass.
Yeah.
He is the uncrowned champ at 155.
He'd said, he was offered the fight, and he said no. And immediately then the word gets out, and you have dicks like, idiots like Ariel Helwani and people like that come out saying, well, he offered the fight, clearly turned it down. Yeah, but his excuse is fucking plausible. He said, we wore a lot of damage in 2018 we didn't want to wear.
Yeah.
Wasn't fighting.
No, none of it was from fighting.
So, and on top of that, he'd said, why fight for an interim title? He wants the title.
I love that goddamn. I love that interim titles are infecting this organization right now. We're about to have a pay-per-view that's headlined by 2 interim title fights. And why? Because Khabib doesn't want to goddamn fight until his bros are off suspension too.
That's okay.
Which I've thought Dana said they wouldn't have jobs.
Right.
Which sounds like they still have jobs. If he's waiting for their suspension to be up, they still have jobs in the UFC.
We'll see. I mean,
because why wait for a suspension to be done if those motherfuckers fighting in King of the Cage?
We have a situation in all UFC champions. As soon as they become champ, these might be some prodigious motherfuckers. They might fight 3-4 times a year. Suddenly they become champ. You don't see them. They're on the shelf for a year and a half, fucking 2 years if you're AKA.
Yeah.
And sorry, Josh, but that's a goddamn fact.
Yeah.
But the
that's a legit fact, I think.
But man, I gotta say though, I'm not a big fan of that because it shows what you are willing to sacrifice to get to the top, and once you get to the top, well, that's when the money can be made, because that's when the endorsement deals that you're no longer offered, by the way, in the UFC in the octagon, you can take advantage of those outside the octagon because you're a champ and you get to
as long as it's not fight week, you can do whatever the fuck you want,
whatever you want. You know, as long as it doesn't have the UFC belt.
I think that's lost on a lot of fighters, but I think we're getting off point.
No, but I mean, but the reality is that if you can become a champ, then sit back and take your time and collect that money, which makes me more impressed by what John Jones is doing, because that motherfucker fought 2 months ago. Why is he fighting again?
And he fought Gustafson, a guy that has been held over his head for years. That guy went and wiped that fucking doubt out of everybody's mind. Finish Gus.
John Jones said, I got to make up for lost time. And everybody, yeah, okay, whatever, whatever. Motherfucker, that guy's fighting 2 months later. Yeah. He plans to fight again, and I don't know if he doesn't get too fucked up, apparently in May, and again in the fucking International Fight Week.
That dude's fighting at Fight Week. Well, I don't know. But that does lead, because basically Poirier and Max Holloway are fighting for the interim lightweight title.
I don't like Poirier's chances at all.
At all. Max Holloway without a weight cut? Oh, shit. But also leads to Brian Ortega calling out Jose Aldo for potential featherweight title fight if Holloway wins that lightweight title fight,
you would have
he's probably going to stay there to fight, and he's going to stay there to fight Khabib to unify.
Yeah.
I like Brian Ortega and Jose Aldo. I like that fight a lot.
I do too.
And I really like what Aldo has done lately. I have to admit.
Unless I'm Jose Aldo, I don't really like that. Jose Aldo's fought strikers, and Jose Aldo can outstrike strikers.
Yeah.
Jose Aldo is fucked when he comes to people who can fucking choke him out.
But I really think we're seeing like the same kind of resurgence that we saw in Andrei Arlovsky at heavyweight. This is his final surge. I think Jose Aldo deserves another shot at the belt.
Sure.
I
think that, sure. I think Barao needs to move to 145 so he can eat all the bagels.
No, Barao, that is a lost cause, man.
That dude might be done, I think.
He's done in the UFC. I don't know if he's done fighting. Unlike Vitor, he ain't done fighting. That motherfucker's going to Singapore, bitches!
I would say to all the kids out there, do all the steroids and PEDs you can do and HGH and everything else that you can do for a while until you start to look like Chris Cyborg Santos, and then get off of them for about a year and a half, get that shit out of your system, and then go ahead and start your professional fighting career.
Yeah, it's God, man, there's a lot of fighters in the UFC that are hitting that fork in the road, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's right around this time that UFC likes to do a little bit of spring cleaning.
Because ultimately what the UFC is doing is trying to set their summer cards.
Yeah. And they want to know who's going to be there and who they can depend on. John Jones, if that fight happens tomorrow with Anthony Smith, John Jones is a man he can depend on because that dude's getting piss tested every day.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I do believe I don't want to talk about the Matt Hughes shit, man. It bums me out still.
No,
I don't want to talk about it.
Look, you can look it up online. You can Google Matt Hughes because apparently that fucking train wreck thing probably on top of like other brain damage he's kind of worn.
I'll just bottom line it. Matt Hughes has a restraining order that his wife got on him and his brother for the wife. Sounds like domestic violence on her, and the reason the brother got it is because Matt Hughes allegedly throttled his 15-year-old son over a goddamn tractor he thought was his.
Yeah.
And then he put out a statement saying, these people are trying to fucking fuck me. He's Tony Montana to man. That's what he did. But it's too goddamn sad for me to talk about. I don't even like it.
The paranoia is weird on that deal.
I'd much rather get to some happier times.
All right. You got any stories, or do we need to start rolling down the card?
I remember this one time there was going to be a kick-ass UFC pay-per-view on a Saturday. I never put anything in my vagina.
you're as Borat would say, what you're a back pussy?
God damn it. That made me throw up my mouth just like
a little bit. It should
like squirt.
Let's get to what's going on tomorrow. Marlon Vera fighting Frankie Saenz to start things off on the
It's Saenz, as that cunt that's Joe Rogan's friend would say.
So Frankie Saenz and Marlon Vera fighting tomorrow. That's the lead-off fight for the prelims, the early prelims. I don't know if I care.
Wow, that's not on the Facebook card.
It's on my UFC schedule. So,
wow.
Yeah, that one might have been pulled. Who fucking knows? All right, Polyana Viana against Hannah Seifers. Who cares?
Gina Mazzotti fighting Macy Chiasson.
Chiasson, yeah.
Chiasson.
That's a Canadian name, and that looks like a Canadian man.
Yeah, basically the early prelims on Fight Pass, which, hopefully the thousands of people that still have that will enjoy the prelim card, but these are a lot of people trying to make a name.
Edmund Shabazian is fighting against Charles Byrd, who actually, if he gets a pretty big win here, that dude might very well start getting back into the rumblings of what's going on in the promotion. Maybe.
Yeah.
Where the meat of this card is, though, begins on the prelims. And
when it's 6 o'clock, that's when everyone needs to start tuning in, honestly. Unless you're a hardcore MMAer, then you're tuning in at 4:30 like we will.
And I'm really kind of curious to pick your brain on it. I don't care about a lot of them on the prelims, but this one I am. And that's Diego Sanchez.
The opener. Yeah.
Fighting against Mickey Gall.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Diego Sanchez. This guy is clearly on the razor's edge of retirement, right?
Right.
He fought Craig White at 228 back in September. Unanimous decision. Before that, Matt Brown elbowed him into oblivion.
Yeah.
And before that, Al Iaquinta knocked him the fuck out. His losses do not match up to his victories. You know what I mean?
Sure.
The damage he takes in his losses doesn't measure what he gains beating a guy in a 15-minute fight.
And I think his technique is not going to measure up here because of the fact
he is back at welterweight. We got to recognize that as well.
Sure. But Diego Sanchez likes to stand and bang. Well, guess who also likes to stand and bang is Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall is younger than Diego Sanchez by a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this guy got his notoriety for fighting CM Punk in his first fight.
Yeah.
Which, fucking kudos him. But it turned out this guy was a trained killer. Like, legit. He could have fought a legitimate guy.
Right.
And probably done the same thing. He had that little hiccup at 217 against Randy Brown, but everyone, you don't remember CM Punk. You remember Sage Northcutt.
Right.
He fucking showed him the door.
Right.
I like Mickey Gall. I like him in this to finish. He finishes fights.
I think he has more tools, and the fact is, as you'd point out, he fucking finishes some fools. And Diego Sanchez, he looks like he comes out of, I don't know, the Ultimate Fighter 1 class.
Oh yeah, that dude is the old guard.
Which means that he hasn't adapted his skills. I hate to say it, but
we're not going to be getting a UFC card in Albuquerque anytime soon.
And I also blame Diego Sanchez for the fact that we'll not have a UFC card in New Mexico for a very long time.
I don't blame him. I blame the judges. It wasn't his fault. He didn't do that shit.
Well, it's not on him.
It was like, hey, man.
I blame the New Mexico Athletic Commission on that shit.
Yeah, I blame all the other assholes that aren't fighters.
Why are you fucking giving this guy a hometown fucking advantage when clearly Ross Pearson kicked his ass for 3 straight rounds and then lost in a splitter, you know?
Who do you have?
On that fight, I've got fucking Mickey Gall.
Yeah, Mickey Gall.
By a finish.
Yeah, I got Mickey Gall. I'm giving Diego first round. He'll survive. Second round, he's going down.
Yeah. Cody Stamen against Alejandro Perez. Stamen's a fucking beast. This guy slipped under the radar of a lot of people. The guy's only had 2 fucking professional losses out of 17 fucking wins.
Yep.
Clearly the guy, and we've seen Cody Stamen fight. I think he fights a little boring at times, but Jesus Christ, he knows how to get a win, though.
Right. Alejandro Perez actually, see, that last fight was Eddie Wineland. God damn, I didn't know Eddie Wineland was still in the game. That's the guy that
that dude only retired like what, a year and a half ago.
He fought Eddie Wineland last in July of 2018 in Boise, fucking Idaho.
Not even a year and a half, half a year ago.
Yeah. He's got wins against Yuri Alcantara, Scott Jorgensen, that guy with the weird skin thing that that Michael Jackson had. Yeah, I'm fucking going Stamen in that. Stamen decision.
Ride the horse all the way until across the finish line.
This UFC stuff. I forgot my glasses.
Oh shit! Gears are going on. You've got Misha Sirkunov against Johnny Walker.
A man that's wasting an opportunity to call himself blue label, black label, red label, especially if he's a ground guy, man, based on whatever his belt color is. God, missing opportunities.
Yeah.
But he is a little bit of a goddamn killer.
A little bit, but Sirkunov is no, I mean, that's what's going to be really good about this. I think actually that this one pairs really, really well because both of them are skilled in a couple of areas. And I kind of like Sirkunov's ability to close distance and then engage. But Johnny Walker's going to he's going to be looking to lay some leather, perhaps.
I like Johnny Walker's chances.
But his ground game shouldn't be overlooked.
No, absolutely not. I don't think he's going to get the finish. I got Johnny Walker by decision. I'm going to say split decision.
Yeah, that's probably right.
And then
it's going to be close. So you got your main event of the prelim card. It's Jeremy Stevens against Zabit. I shit my pants.
Zabit Magomed Sharipov.
Zabit, I shit my pants.
I oughta not gonna work here anymore. I feel like UFC ever since Jeremy Stevens got fucked up by Jose Aldo. Not fucked, but fucked up. That guy was on track to get that featherweight title shot. I had him fighting Max Holloway, not Brian Ortega.
Sure.
But now they got him facing a guy. I mean, remember, he had that gnarly rolling knee bar against Brandon Davis at 228.
Zabit's fucking his skills.
This is not going to.
His skills are
submission of the year for this motherfucker from the UFC.
I really think that he's not just necessarily an overlooked fighter in general. I think this guy might be the biggest hidden gem in the UFC.
Yeah. And I think he's going to use Jeremy Stevens to catapult himself into the 145 conversation. I got Zabit by a fucking serious limb damage.
I got a Zabit armbar fucking first round, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think it's going to be below the hip. I think it's going to be a knee
bar
or
again?
an ankle. Knee or an ankle.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think an armbar is easier to get than a knee bar. So
yeah.
That's why
But I just think Jeremy Stevens is going to go out there swinging, and he's probably going to fail. I hope he's recovered from the Aldo fight.
Need a beer?
Oh, well, of course. Every day of my life. We open up the pay-per-view. UFC 235 opens with Cody Garbrandt fighting Pedro Munoz at bantamweight. Former champ. Got that rematch right after, and it ended just like the first one, only quicker. It's a sad. I've never said I was a Cody Garbrandt fan, but it really has more to do with his overall personality than his fighting skill. I recognize this guy as a murderer on his feet.
Yeah, I mean, T.J. Dillashaw is the one guy that owns Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, that is his fucking Dominic Cruz.
But that's it. That's it. I think Cody Garbrandt fucking destroys everybody as long as that's not named T.J. Dillashaw. I really do.
But the break after that, man, what kind of Garbrandt are we getting in this return?
I think we're getting the Cody Garbrandt that we'd had a long time ago, the one that beat Dominic Cruz. That made Dominic Cruz look like a dumbass. But I think that's the one we get. I think we get.
I would like to see Garbrandt get a win here, and maybe one more, because TJ might have that belt for a while.
Yeah.
And because you're going to have to give Garbrandt another shot eventually, because there's just not a lot of people at 135 to fight TJ and make you want to buy it on pay-per-view.
The only okay. Well, see, now that's the qualifier. There are some fucking straight killers at 135.
Sure, but that's the realm we're in right now.
But not a lot that people are going to be willing to pay for. All right, you got Tisha Torres fighting Weili Zhang.
Willie Jang? Old Willie Jang. Tisha Torres has dropped 2 in a row, and she is fighting on the main card of a pay-per-view.
She's, Amanda Nunez's lady?
Now, granted,
right?
I'm not sure. No, that's a white gal, I think. I don't know. But the drops were to Jessica Andrade, who is fighting Rose Namajunas at 237, and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, who that was her fight before she went to fight Valentina, I think. No, that was her fight before she had the rematch with Rose, I think. That was in July of 2018.
I don't know, but Tisha Torres has got some great skills. I've never heard of the other chick. I got fucking Torres all day by decision, all day.
I'm going to go with the Asian broad.
All right.
Just to be contrarian. This is a strawweight fight, so really could go either way. Speaking
of Asian broads, we got Ben Askren fight against.
He has a really weird brow line, right? Very Cro-Magnon.
Well, he'd fought for ONE FC for a long time. So,
right. Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. Good man.
No. Robbie Lawler, former champ, fighting against Ben Askren. See, this is why this card is one you got to buy. Mm-hmm. Out of 5 fights on the goddamn main card, 4 of them feature champs or former champs.
Yeah. I think you're going to be looking at something that you're not going to be able to turn away from in this one.
I'm curious on this one, and I'm curious what your take is, because we know that Robbie Lawler can be a beast unless you catch a crazy fucking overhand right from fucking Tyron Woodley. That's the only thing that's derailed Robbie Lawler in the past decade.
Yeah.
He's fighting against a guy who's never lost, and that's Ben Askren.
A guy who has never fought in the UFC either.
That's the qualifying.
This is the test. That's why this fight this could be a main event on any other pay-per-view. We're about to see if all this shit talking Ben Askren has done over the years is going to pay on the back end.
Oh, the whole money where your mouth is shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't want it to be your ass writing checks, your mouth writing checks, your ass. Your ass is writing checks, your mouth can't cash. Yeah. That sounds even worse, doesn't it?
Yeah, your ass shouldn't be writing checks.
But I think Robbie Lawler is the perfect first opponent for Ben Askren in the UFC. I really do.
Given that Askren is 18-0 as a professional fighter.
Yeah, give this guy a top 5 opponent. You have to. You did it with Justin Gaethje. You have to do it with Ben Askren. Justin Gaethje
even more so with fucking.
Gaethje got Michael Johnson. He got a top 5 opponent.
Nothing against Gaethje, but Ben Askren has actually always been hailed as the best wrestler that the world has to offer.
Yeah, but we're about to find out if that's actually a legitimate fact, because now he is in the best promotion in the world.
Well, we'll see if Robbie Lawler.
Well, not the best promotion, but with the best talent in the world.
We'll see if Robbie Lawler has the ability to hold off a wrestler this time.
Who do you got, my friend?
I got Ben Askren fucking in a boring fucking 3-round fucking lay on him fight.
Really? You don't think he'll finish it?
No. 15 minutes of nonsense. It'll suck the gusto out of what will be an otherwise great card. And we'll be sitting around bummed out, drinking shots, going, God damn it.
This motherfucker. I want to think you're setting the bar low so you'll just enjoy the fight.
Maybe.
I think Ben Askren is.
I'm a crafty bitch.
I think Ben Askren is going to show us something we've never seen before in that first round. But Robbie Lawler pressure is something. Go ask fucking Rory McDonald about Robbie Lawler pressure especially in later rounds.
Or probably with the exception of Tyron Woodley, anybody else
ask
that
Carlos Condit.
Robbie Lawler's fought.
The
Anybody.
last round, if you let that shit go the third round and you think you might have lost one, you better win that third round.
Yeah.
Or Robbie Lawler will win that fight and ruin your career.
Speaking of Tyron Woodley.
Ben Askren finished second round submission.
All right, we'll fucking see. I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see. All right, you got Tyron Woodley, co-main, fighting against Kamaru Usman.
For the welterweight championship. I wonder, because I've seen Tyron Woodley carrying around the old belt. Are they going to give him the new belt when he defends it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to rock the old belt until you defend it. Then you get the new belt.
Then you get the legacy belt.
Legacy belt. That's horrible.
It's a WWE thing.
And a cost-saving measure because every time you successfully defend it, they put a new gem on it.
These motherfuckers. All right. So Tyron Woodley fighting against Kamaru Usman. I always pick against Woodley because I don't like him.
Guy hadn't lost in 5 years almost.
Yeah. So, I mean, smart pick is Woodley, but I'm going to go Usman by a first-round knockout.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You're really getting two guys that are on a fucking roll here.
Yeah.
But Kamaru Usman,
14-1, dude.
Yeah. He hasn't finished a lot of people. He only had one finish in like 4 years. This fight will go the distance. Woodley fights usually do. The Darren Till fight didn't because Darren Till went in thinking he could outstrike him. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think
a smart striker wins. Not somebody that's going to outstrike him. Somebody's going to outstrike him smartly.
You think Usman's going to catch him coming in?
I think so. Because I think Woodley's got to take that thing to the ground. And knowing that,
he's got to get it down there, man, to have any shot.
Yeah. So I think that one of two things will happen. Woodley will get him to the ground, and he'll do the Askren lay on him for fucking 25 minutes. Or Usman's going to catch him coming in, and it's going to be the craziest goddamn knockout, and the roof of the meat hall is going to get blown off by us going, oh, my God. Oh! Yeah.
Yeah, it's I got Usman. I'm going decision, but my heart is kind of with you on the fact that I think he will catch him getting a little overzealous.
I'll tell you this. If you're betting in Vegas, bet on Woodley, but I am looking for reasons I think Usman might be the guy, and there it is.
But if you're looking to make a little money, you might want to save that bet for the main event.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, not saying that, betting against John Jones is a way to make money. I'm just saying that guy is never going to be the underdog.
It's going to be a crazy, crazy odds line. I didn't check the Vegas odds line today, but it's got to be stupid. It
finalizes tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's an active line right now. But I mean, Anthony Smith is not going to be John Jones, if we're being honest with ourselves. But if you've got some money that you want to blow and think this might be a Holly Holm versus Ronda Rousey thing.
Yeah, if you got $100
that you can part with.
That you are good. Well, if you're in Vegas, any money.
It's not for your child's, textbooks and stuff.
Yeah, if you're in Vegas and you're if you're betting, you're already saying goodbye to that shit. Maybe you might want to throw a C note on Anthony Smith in the rare occasion this guy just happens to clip John Jones with something. Because Anthony Smith is a veteran.
Yeah.
We're just barely hearing about him now, but this guy has a record of 31-13.
Yeah.
44 fights. This is 45 fight.
A lot of those 13 have been not in the recent past.
And at middleweight. And at middleweight.
So I think he's going to be undersized. I think John Jones is going to come in and establish. I hope like hell that John Jones actually is taking this fight fucking seriously.
Because he's beaten Rashad Evans. He's beaten Shogun. And he's beaten Ozdemir. Granted, these were all people that were champions or fought for the belt at one point.
Right.
But it's not the goddamn honor roll of the light heavyweight division as of right now.
Yeah.
He beat a lot of legends. He beat Rashad into retirement.
Oh, with Jones?
No.
Oh, with Michael Smith. Yeah.
Anthony Smith.
Or Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But
John Jones has answered questions like, oh, that Gustin fight y'all thought I lost? Well, guess what, motherfuckers? I didn't lose the second one.
Right.
I finished that shit.
And people look at the OSP fight and said, oh, man, OSP took Jones to the limit. Yeah, and then it became clear that Jones actually had even said that he was doing cocaine all fucking week prior to. That was his weight cutting, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
but he said he didn't train at all, and he was maintaining his normal lifestyle outside of fights. And that's why he looked fucking lackluster in that.
Right.
And that's the only time in my memory that John Jones has looked lackluster.
Yeah, because he didn't give Gustafson credit. And he fucking said it. He's like, I sold
about OSP, but
yeah.
In the
No, the OSP fight, that was more like I don't want Cormier seeing what I'm going to do to him in that fight.
Yeah, I think you're right on the Gustafson thing too, because he'd even said then too that his training wasn't exactly what he would normally have done. But he came out and he fucking answered a lot of questions into December.
Yeah,
and
that's right, man. And he's still here. Like I said, he's the most tested athlete in sports today.
Sure.
Who do you have, my friend?
I got John Jones fucking finishing that bastard in about the second, third round. I think I think by not even a TKO. I think by a straight knockout.
Based on how Anthony Smith faded in that last fight against Ozdemir, because that was it was a 5-round fight and he finished it late in the third. But he was wilting. I feel like Ozdemir kind of just played right into his game plan there. John Jones doesn't do that.
No.
I'm going to give him to the fourth round. I think he'll survive till the fourth round because he knows this is his shot.
I think maybe to the fourth, only because of the fact that Jones would probably be preserving his fucking energy to that point. But, man, if we get a John Jones that decides, man, I'm coming out and I'm going to fucking murder this fool.
Just throwing bows for days?
Oh,
my God.
For a second round.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I lean more to that than Jones trying to preserve.
Overall, I think tomorrow is going to be a great fucking night. We're buying the card.
Yeah.
We're making liquor.
Yep.
Well, we're making food too.
Yep.
Making food liquor.
Food liquor.
Yeah, liquor ball sandwiches.
But no, if you're in eastern New Mexico, hit us up. We'll be putting the fights on tomorrow, and it'll be a good day.
Yeah. I'm so happy. I'm frustrated right now. Like I'm frustratingly happy. But I might as well get the picks.
All right. On to the picks.
What you drinking, my good man? I'm going to have me a little shot of the Tullamore D.
I would actually probably go with Chili the Kid from the Roosevelt Brewery.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Ooh, pardon me, folks.
I was, yeah.
But that, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Other than that, probably just Budweiser for me. I get people like, well,
no.
I thought you would drink classier shit than that. I was like, no. Drink cheap beer and good whiskey. That's what we always say.
There's a country song in there, man.
Yeah, maybe.
Cheap beer, good whiskey. Tyler Childers need to get on that.
I've never wanted to kick your ass more than right now. All right.
Do what now?
Do you want to go, little man?
Bing, bang, boom. What are you listening to, brother?
Probably going to be Sub Rosa this week. Because, man, there's not a lot of good shit out there this week.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Mark Morton album release. I really dug the Chester track he did. But that guy, I agree, he did need a band name.
Well, there's that. It only looks weird if you're a metal guy. If you're a country guy, it's like, yeah, it's your name.
MMA pick, I have a specific question for you.
Okay.
Do you think Colby Covington gets involved in the co-main event after it's over?
If he does, clearly, then we are in the WWE phase of the UFC, right? I would like to say.
Well, that's really my question. You think that's going to be a thing? I mean, no matter what, he wants him to be involved. He bothered Kamara. I don't know if he's going to bother Tyron if he wins.
He's been hanging around. Colby Covington's a dick, and here's why. Is the fact of the matter is the guy is okay. He's not a great fighter. He's pissed because he's not getting a title shot. You know why he's not getting a title shot? He hadn't fought anybody.
That's right. That's right. And that's where we're at, folks. I think we should go get drunk.
You want to get drunk?
Yeah, my blood's boiling. My balls are burning.
My balls are hot.
Oh, my brain's burning. God damn it. This has been a good one.
All right. Music for the week. We haven't Fade to Black to start, right, man?
Yeah, we went a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
Let's bum it out.
All right. Whippoorwill. Sub Rosa, that's where we're going to go. Yeah. I know we've closed out with it before.
Doesn't matter. We've closed out with several songs multiple times.
All right. Well, I hope you cocksuckers have a good week.
And buy the fights tomorrow. They should be good. Thanks for listening, Josh Licker, Daryl, and everybody.
Give us your fucking comments. That'd be all right, because we love to interact.
Yeah.
We love to interact.
Josh Licker, Daryl Robbins, Chris Pavlock, everybody. Everybody listening, thank you very much. Let's go get drunk.